me a second. Sometimes life is good when you take opportunity of AMC Stocks membership to go on a Tuesday, pay discount prices to see probably the stupidest movie I have seen this year. Okay, not as stupid as Serenity. Not as what the fuck is Serenity. Not as, you know, wow, wee is a great movie. No. But once in a while you get a movie that is so poorly written and so on the nose that you can't help but to laugh. And laugh at mediocrity. The movie I'm talking about is none other than the movie that came out, well, I think 2 weeks ago, called Countdown. Yes, I'm that late. I was doing some other stuff that I couldn't watch the movie, but the first time I saw the trailer, I knew that the plot sounded so stupid. But because I'm such a curious guy who had to see to believe it, I went to see it. I gave myself some space, and I decided to watch it. Mind you that a few days I have Doctor Sleep to watch, but man, I needed to take an opportunity of the discounts. So, but this Countdown is the latest PG-13 movie that they decided that they're gonna scare the new generation with let's say, I tried to think on the writer's head. Hey, let's make a PG-13 movie that is gonna scare the new generation of teenagers that they're always on their smartphones. So how do we make it scary? Isn't that the emoji movie? No. Let's forget that shit. So what are you thinking? Well, there's the apps. Perfect. Let's make a killer app. Done. And honestly, I'm not against the idea. It's usually the executions that are terrible. Oh man. This is gonna be one of those reviews that I have to tell you basically almost the whole thing, because this is worth talking about it. Oh man, this is gonna be one fun. So, like I tell you, it is basically the premise about a killer app that is some dumb guy or dumb chick that they download it on their smartphone. It tells you, it gives you a countdown of how many days you have to live, or how many hours or so. Some people are like, hey, I'm gonna live when I'm 93 years old, or I have only 56 years to live, and all this stuff. But other people, for some reason, they got like 2 hours, or 4 hours, or 3 days to live. A very, very short time. And apparently, they don't read apparently, since they always don't read the user's agreement, the license agreement, like every app do, apparently this breaks the contract for some reason, which I'll get to. But either you break a contract or not, a figure is gonna stop you, it's gonna scare you to heebie-jeebies by using your fears, and then before the countdown reaches 0, it's gonna kill you. There, that's basically the plot, and that shows kind of in the first minute, in which, you know, seeing these party guys, then they have a, hey, look at this app, look at this app, and yeah. And the first girl, of course, she has like 4 hours to live. She goes with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is drunk. Yeah, but then this stupid guy, he's like, I'm okay, I'm gonna drive, come with me. No, you're drunk. I'll walk back home. Woman, isn't it easier at least to tell your boyfriend saying, I'll drive, unless she said that I can't drive or anything like that. Or at least stop him if she loves him. But, okay, whatever. The thing is that she walks, and then apparently the countdown app says that you apparently broke our agreement. But she gets stopped by something, and then then she apparently gets grabbed by something invisible by the countdown, and then she just, what? She dies by breaking her neck from the bathroom. And of course, the boyfriend apparently had this drunk drive accident in which he survives, but of course, apparently when he crashed down the tree impales the window by the other passenger seat and all this stuff. And let me tell you, that's only the beginning of the movie, because basically then we shift to our main protagonist, with this girl who is a nurse. She's technically our protagonist, Mary Sue, in which she gets knowledge of the app because one of her patients is none other than the guy who got drunk, and because he also had the app, he finds that since her girlfriend was also killed by apparently when the app went 0, and he's afraid that he's gonna have the operation, in which basically, according to the app, he's gonna die during that. And guess what? This also happens. And this is basically the startup of how our main character gets interacted with the whole shenanigan of the countdown. So, if many people are complaining that the Terminator Dark Fate has a recycled plot from Terminator 2 and the other forgettable Terminator films, well, you can say the same also with this film, which is the same recycled tropey movie that it follows the same plot. We got our main character. Our main character get involved in some curse. They try to find out why is happening. We get some cheap scares, and that's it. And depending on the execution, you're gonna find it acceptable, decent, lousy, or in this case, really mediocre. But man, there are things that I just kind of laugh. But oh my god, at least I'm gonna tell you a little bit that, look, it first starts out, of course, that our main character, the nurse, our nurse character, well, the actress is okay, is likable at best. She got the app, and it says, and the app begins to sound like, okay, the app technically says that she's gonna die in 3 days, and at first she said that it's just some app that is a gimmick and all this stuff, but then she starts to believe when the guy who was drunk, who was a patient of his, he died too, and apparently she immediately kind of put the pieces together that it has to do with the app. So much that in order to confirm that, she takes his smartphone And she goes to the morgue and tries to unlock it via, the face recognition. And yeah, we got, the typical cheap scares that they're gonna haunt you. The scares are the typical PG-13 thing that they hear a noise, nothing is there, and they go like, and then boom. Yeah, that's the typical PG-13, which I'm not against, but it's still lazy. It's still not a good execution. It's just run-of-the-mill PG-13 thing. And because they wanted to build some character with the nurse character, we also had to go with, that she gets involved with a partner doctor, which I'll get to that. Then she also has a little bit of a kind of like a conflicted relationship with her sister, because technically the sister is blaming her for the death of her mother. Which later it is explained that apparently she had a feud with the mother. She ran away from home, and then, of course, the little sister told the mother that she went looking for her, but unfortunately some drunk driver it kills her off. Yeah, and this is technically the kind of subplot that they just wanted to give you to give out some kind of building character. Basically at once she begins to believe that the app is haunted, so much that she tries to uninstall it, but you can't uninstall it. Also, I do have a little bit of a nitpick that apparently this countdown has its own ringtone, and every time it gives out a message, I don't know why the sound, the ringing sound, the sound bite, it sounds like kind of like a hard disk drive scratching or a recording, like something like that. It kind of bothered me. Why it kind of sounds like that? Another thing that bothers me, but is technically also really laughable, is that she goes investigating first on the internet about the app because she can't uninstall it. And she goes to a comment section where there's a YouTube video apparently about one of the victims, in which they say, this countdown is real, it's gonna kill me, I'm seeing shit that is scaring me, and Of course, people kind of believe that, oh yeah, it's a hoax, it's fake, and all this stuff. Sure enough, it's fake, because the first thing you're gonna question is that, if this is real, who the hell posted it? Who the hell uploaded this? It's the same problem that scene of the reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, where the guy fell asleep and then he gets killed. I don't know, maybe Freddy Krueger is the one who uploaded. Alright. Maybe it was technically kind of like a live stream or something like that. Maybe I gave myself kind of like an excuse of who the hell uploaded it. But aside from that, somehow they decided to shoehorn in kind of like a rape subplot, in which, remember that I told you that there is this partner doctor of our main character? Yeah, he technically tries to rape her, and then this smarmy motherfucker, sorry I said it, but he deserved it, he just kind of begins to play innocent. He's like, hey you, want to talk to me? And yeah, this subplot kind of begins to shoehorn itself, but because he's the one who begins to fake it out, and he plays, the little puppy eyes, like angel face, and begins to accuse our main character, who she's an exceptional nurse, but of course some douchebag who wants to rape her. He kind of plays out innocent, and when he begins to act like that, you can tell that he's the douchiest motherfucker that you could ever see, and in my eyes, it's like nobody is gonna question that. Especially when there's a moment in which he say, oh, this poor soulless clerk. Nobody's gonna question that. He's technically kind of like Harvey Weinstein the whole thing. You're gonna either cringe or, ugh! It's cringy. Let me tell you, it's kind of like it's really cringy, but I was like, oh God. And unfortunately, this subplot doesn't pay off well almost at the end. And I wish they could, and I'll tell you later. Because this one, let's leave it on the hold for a little bit longer. Because still, she has to deal with the killer app. And apparently, at first he tries some really weird solutions. First of all, like after she breaks her smartphone and decides that, okay, I'm gonna buy one and get a new service and all this shit. Oh yeah, great idea. Like this is gonna solve problem. But one good thing about this moment is that she goes to the electronics store, and you find out probably one of the best parts of the movie. And this is best part one, because there are two things. The best part is that this electronics store is run over by probably the most smart-ass tech store clerk you could ever see. This guy is a total smart-ass guy, and the line that he says is hilarious. It's just that he's that guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm snobby. I know better than you. For example, one of the best jokes that they had is that one woman is complaining, and he just kind of like doesn't give a shit about her problem, and she's like, I want to talk to the manager, and he's like, oh, you want to talk to the manager? Okay, hold on. Here I am. I'm the manager. Oh, and by the way, does that solve the problem? Of course not. She gets the new app, all fresh and all ready to go. Even though I don't know how the hell she's ready to go in few minutes. When I got this smartphone, you know how much time it took for itself to set it up? Like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and she did it kind of immediately. And guess what? The countdown app uploads itself, and she complains to the guy like it is his problem. But this kind of paved way to introduce to another character, who is this guy who he's like, hey, I know what you mean. I know the problem because I have this problem too, and I believe it, and I believe what is happening. So technically, they begin team up to find out how to deal with this app problem. Okay, so continuing on. So technically both they team up, they sit in a bar, they begin to chat, and they apparently talk to this conspiracy theorist, because they begin to talk about, remember that they kind of didn't read the what was it, the licensing agreement, the agreement that you always kind of technically ignore because it's too much words and all this stuff. So basically they talk with this conspiracy theorist, to persuade him to download the app, saying that, hey, this is probably there's a conspiracy there, but of course, since our main character can't access that agreement, they kind of stop the guy in order to at least read the agreement. And guess what? This agreement is basically not important, because it only says that agreements always break because technically it wants you to do what you're fated to do. Because apparently the movie wanted to give out an excuse, saying that, okay, the girl from the beginning, she was supposed to die when during the with her boyfriend while she was with him while drunk driving. She was supposed to die there, but she broke the agreement and she has to die. And with our main character, she kind of broke the agreement when she was supposed to go and the day she was supposed to die, she should go with her sister and father to the cemetery to visit her mother's grave. Apparently something was gonna happen at that moment. Either way, they're gonna die, so now that I think of it, is what's the point? What's the point of giving me technically the subplot of the human centipede of South Park? That's basically what happens. So there's technically no reason for that. So I don't know what came into their mind, but apparently they think that this is demonic. So they go to the hospital priest, because I'm not exactly sure if they do have them, but this priest kind of goes like saying, hey, after you have your reunion, you know, with this dude, with apparently this douchey Harvey Weinstein doctor, here's the address of someone who might know. And did I mention that there are two good things about this movie? Because the second good thing about this movie, as goofy as it is, we get introduced to this priest, this demonologist fanatic priest, that, oh my god, he chews the scenery every time he's there. Even the cinematography kind of begins to treat it like a comedy, because he just shows up first like this, and then he turns around, and I think he has what was this the thin bread thing that I don't remember what it is, but I swear that he was smoking it, because he kind of comes out like he's stoned. And when he receives the news about, you know, the killer app and what is it doing, that it could involve demons, he's like, wow, that's awesome! I mean, no, it is awesome, and he just begins to act like that total fanatic that he's so into it, that is so goofy that it's just laughable. And he comes up with some weird lines of fascination. I swear that he just says, hallelujah, high five! I swear that I heard that. Am I wrong? But basically, he tells the story that apparently there's this demon that it has to do that this app could have been made by some kind of gypsy. It's kind of like a modern time version of a gypsy. A gypsy that apparently prophesizes the death of a king, but apparently the king kind of find out a substitute, but of course he got chased away. And it's kind of like a story that I didn't even understand. And I'm the guy who actually fascinated with demonology. No, it's not that I'm a Satanist or something like that. It's just that I like their art, I like demonology, I like biblical stuff, because I like the stories involved in it. It's fascinating, and also I love the art in it. But this one didn't convince me. It didn't convince me what the hell is happening. So apparently what they say is that, man, I don't know what to say. So basically he kind of disappeared and decides that they're gonna try to cheat the system. So they go to the hack guy, the same smart ass guy. They give him the credit cards in order to help them hack the countdown app. Yeah, they're gonna hack it. So to give them more time. And this is where this guy comes out with some of the most stupid lines there is, but I gotta give out a kind of like a laugh that is like for example, one of the lines that involves like, hey, this app has 60 gigs. 60 gigs, how's that possible? How's that possible? Yeah, it's as big as the sixth season of Game of Thrones. And of course, our main character also realizes that her sister also downloaded the app, so they give her more time. And then apparently feel like everything is solved. We get a little bit of backstory between our main character and the dude, of course, I'll call him the dude. And guess what? You can't cheat the system. Nope, you still have minutes to die. Even your sister, who technically she's gonna die before our main character. Why, how, I don't know, but you're gonna get a lot of cheap jump scares with you know, someone following them. Although, to give it credit, before, probably the best you could do with your CGI is to make a foot, you know, twist 180 degrees. Although I do admit that the scene where the monster begins to scare the little sister and all this stuff, this is probably the closest scene to at least give me a legit jump scare. But everything else, nah. They rescue her from the supposed monster and they try to find out to ward off. And their only hero is none other than Nerdy Priest. I get the feeling that this guy probably was Eddie Redmayne from Beverly Hills Bound, and he suddenly turned into a demonologist fanatic. So yeah, they get this help from nerdy priest, and apparently they come up with that the solution is that the countdown monster will leave them alone if they cheat the system by staying alive a second from the countdown. So how the hell are we gonna do that? Well, apparently the solution is to draw a magic circle and stay there. Easy enough. It is at this point that at least we get a little bit of a clear look at the monster. And it's a perfect moment for me to talk about the monster, in which it's not remarkable. Even the CGI is technically bad. It's not Bye-Bye Man bad, but it's still unimpressive. Because I think that the first shot, when he's kind of like a shadowy figure, he kind of looked like the mentor from the Harry Potter films. But then when he finally shows up and becomes to give out a little bit of a clear, kind of like a clear vision of what he looks like, for some reason, he kind of looks like the Bagul from Sinister if he decides to cosplay the Scarecrow from Batman Begins. That's the closest analogy I could give out to you. So anyway, they only had to do one thing. Stay in the magic circle, but then the movie decides to play out with the dude's character, in which he kind of talked about it that in his past, he's responsible for the death of his little brother because he hid a toy dinosaur. The toy dinosaur suddenly appears. The little brother ghoul appears, and the guy's like, "No, you're my brother." And stupidly, he just stepped out of the magic circle. Really? Okay, I know that sometimes you can't control your emotions and you make stupid things. That's kind of pushing it. And guess what? The guy gets dragged, chaos happens, and the guy ends up being knocked over by a car. So he dies just in time. So that means that now our survivors need to stay on the magic circle. Now they have to up the ante because the little sister got hurt during the chaos. So they go back to the hospital, and of course she finds out that the Harvey Weinstein doctor is trying to take care of her, and of course that she knows that he is a douche. even she talks to another nurse and saying that, hey, you know what? I know what he's been doing, and I'm gonna help you out. But apparently this one they decided to leave it aside. Why? Because apparently she got the idea that in order to break the curse, you must sacrifice someone in order to die earlier than the countdown. This is where the rules are thrown out the window. In my head, I was confused. Like saying, how this is gonna work? Movie, you didn't it's clear that you didn't establish your rules of how this killer app works. Because guess what? She tries to kill the guy, and he suddenly becomes kind of like the bad guy. And you know what? It fails because he runs away. But still, let me tell you the thing. How's that gonna work? I don't remember any shits or giggles about you have to sacrifice one in order to break the curse. Where did it say that? Oh yeah, did I mention that during the hack scene, she photographed the codes, and when she showed it to the priest is like, oh man, those are curses. These are technological words that are from a ritual or curse or something like that. Oh my god. Movie, you're not earning it. You're not earning it, your storytelling. You're not earning your lore. I'm still very confused. How killing someone will break a curse? Does it have, because honestly, I didn't even understand, the mythology that you wanted to give out with the, with when he talked about the gypsy, the demon, and all this stuff. If anyone knows, let me know, because I'm confused. Because apparently then because now that the rapist ran away, then the monster, he wanted to take the first victim, which is the little sister. And what the main character do? She's like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna inject myself with poison. And of course, because they wanted to play out with the emotion about the mother, the monster turns into the mother. It's like, no, don't do it. Come with me. No! I don't know why the monster why the monster decided to focus on his attention on our main character when the main character was supposed to die after the little sister. I mean, I don't understand what was the problem, but apparently it distracted her enough to, bypass the time limit. And guess what? You think she died, but in my head it's like, no, she couldn't. And I was right. Why? Because she's a nurse. And you know that doctors usually have this medicine that you inject yourself, and I don't remember what it is. I'm not familiar. I know that it has a name, but I'm not exactly a doctor. But there is this injection that kind of puts you into an artificial death. It's kind of like a sleep paralysis. And then you have to inject another substance in order to wake up. And so apparently both are safe. I don't know why. Both of them are safe. Because here's the thing. Curse, if it's kind of like a curse, the curse counts for one person instead of the two of them. And by the way, it cheated. It cheated because then we get a shot of the app, of the little girl's app. The little girl's app, the countdown stopped at 2 seconds. 2 seconds. That doesn't count. The countdown should have been stopped at 0. to show off that she's alive. And then we get the ending. The ending that they go to the mother's graveyard, everything fine and dandy because it shows on the newspaper that 3 other women finally accused the Harvey Weinstein guy for being a rapist, and then hunky-dory. Nope, because apparently the movie thought that it's gonna deserve a sequel when she get the messaging of the countdown app, and it's a countdown 2.0. You didn't earn your sequel. Oh, but there is a mid-credit scene in which the tech guy, he gets killed. Ah, my God, guys. That was a blast, let me tell you. It was a stupid blast. I had to tell you about this movie. It just... it was so stupid that I just had to tell you. It's so much fun. If you want to watch a better movie that it involves the phone, there is a missing call. But the missing call from Japan, not this shitty US version. I saw the 3 of them, and I liked all 3 of them. Well, the first and the third one. The second one, I didn't understand it. But Countdown, basically what it is the run-of-the-mill PG-13 mediocre film that wanted to try its best in giving us scares with the modern technologies, but it shows that they can be more mediocre than the Rise of the Machines that are like Terminator. So it's just kind of, if you want to take a laugh, it's just a rental, let me tell you. It's basically a rental of a movie. So if you want something mediocre that you want to laugh, Countdown is technically the F movie that you should go for. Oh, so anyway, this movie has a few seconds to die. So, begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.